Well, hey crafty friends, it's Hiedi Scott with DiyDreaming, and on this video tutorial we are going to make some brown craft paper bunny books for Easter. That's a lot to say, but these are going to be super cute. It's putting like a new little spin or a new twist on making book covers out of brown craft paper, which is also called postal wrap. And then we're going to doll them up, and I'm going to show you how you can set them out, and it's going to be adorable. So for this project, I'm using a book, Clean Protein, from Dollar Tree. It really doesn't matter. I think this is easier to do with a hardcover book. This one happens to have a white inside cover, so that is ideal. Here's another one that has red. That works too. But this is a $1.25 book from Dollar Tree, and you could also use something that you have a book at home. We're not going to be permanently altering this book in any way, so we're not going to be gluing or taping or anything to it. And I have pulled out a whole pile of other brown craft paper book covers that I have made over the last 5 or 6 years, and I'll show you those too. But let's start at the very beginning. And I did take a few minutes to try to sketch this out because this project involves a little bit of math, which is not my best subject. Okay, so we're going to use brown craft paper. The better quality, the better your project will turn out. I like this Scotch brand. I think this came either from Walmart or Target. You can find brown craft paper also at Dollar Tree, but it's really thin. So the thicker, nicer paper, and look how much is in there. This is a pretty new roll, and it's going to last forever. So the better quality, the better your project will turn out. And before I start, let me tell you my funny little thing about working with this kind of paper. So sorry. Okay, so it just wants to roll up. It's just unmanageable. I always say it's like wrestling a snake because it just wants to keep curling up no matter what you do. So the best thing I have found to resolve this issue is to iron it. And I just have my iron set on cotton, and I'm just going to iron it, and it will lay flat, by golly. This is not a fun project to do though if it's trying to curl up on me the whole entire time. So let me get this ironed. And you can take this concept, which I just kind of stumbled into. I didn't see anything on it, but I knew I wanted to do brown craft paper books today. I just kind of stumbled into it. And you can take this idea and adapt it for every season or occasion throughout the whole year. Okay, so I'm going to put my iron away because my paper is flat now. See how nice it's behaving? Okay, so how did I get to this size? Well, I cut the full length of my craft paper, and we're going to have to chop some of this off. But basically, the formula goes like this. Take the jacket cover off. You don't need that. You can toss it or keep it if you want. But you're not going to have it on the book when you do this project. Okay, so you're going to take your book and you're going to measure from one end to the next. And this is going to end up being around 13 or a little bit more inches length. And then it's around 9 inches. So you are going to cut your paper. Let's pretend, let me see if I can get do I have any highlighters in here? Of course not. Darn. Well, I'll get a picture of this and put it in the comments. But anyways, okay, so my book is this centerpiece right here. And you can see where I have the spine. You're going to cut your paper so it's 3 inches taller, 3 inches wider on both sides, and 3 inches longer. So a 3-inch margin all the way around. And that is basically what I have done here. But I do need to cut part of this off. So let me get this all ready to go. So there is 3 inches. And I'm going to show you how to fold and everything. And then I'm going to go down to here, the other side, and I'm going to add 3 inches onto that. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight. Unless you're giving it as a gift, I feel like I never fuss too much about these kind of things. Okay, so I'm going to cut this part of my paper off. And I have one that is mostly ready that I cannot wait to show you. It's going to be so adorable. Okay, so hang on to this. You can use it for another project on another day. All right, and where my book is sitting, on here, I drew some lines. I'm going to fold my paper. So this is basically 3 inches in. Or 3 inches from the edge of the book. Roughly. And then I need to do the same thing here. So let's just go 3 inches. And same thing with the bottom. Whoops. Okay, this is the boring math part, so stay with me because this is so dang cute. I'm thinking that it's very likely that you are going to want to do a project or two like this. There are my marks here. There we go. If I don't get it exactly right, I can fiddle around with it later. Where I need to fold that. And here's what I want to ask you guys. Whoops, and this needs to go the other direction actually. Do you guys remember, I totally remember this, I have so many good memories. Being a child, and it's the start of a school year, you're in elementary school or maybe middle school, and you're getting your books, and your teacher tells you to go home and make sure you cover them. So your mom gets out the paper bags, the paper grocery bags, and we did this exact same thing, or at least I did, with a paper grocery bag on our math book, or whatever. It's the same process, exactly. And it can be adjusted if I have it slightly off. Okay, so this is the whole piece of paper. I fold the top down 3 inches. I fold the bottom up 3 inches. And then I fold each side over 3 inches. And this is what I'm going to just put it on here just to show you. But then we'll take it back off again. And we will do the next step, which is the decorating. And if it's not super snug, you can adjust it. This is not super snug, but it's going to work just fine. or if it's too snug, you can adjust that too. Oh no, I just tore it. Darn. Fix that with some tape or something. The other one isn't torn. Anyways. And then you decorate your bag. Yes. Okay. So this is going to be the front. And I'm going to take it off. And I'm going to unfold the edges just so it's flat, basically. Okay. And we're going to use a stencil. And you could also use some of these beautiful Easter rub-on transfers. But for today, I'm using a bunny stencil. And I have some options. This is called Scandinavian bunnies. This is called Happy Easter bunnies. This is the one we're going to use. It says Cottontail Farms. And this is the one I used earlier. This is bunny with a basket of flowers or something like that. It's adorable. I can't wait to show it to you. But we're going to use this Cottontail Farms. And we're just going to use some plain old white chalk paste. And I am going to fuzz my stencil because I want to warn you, this is important, that when you're stenciling on paper, brown craft paper or any other kind of paper, if your stencil is brand new and it is super sticky, it's going to stick like the dickens to that paper. And there's a possibility that you could tear the paper pulling it up, or that could stretch the stencil. So you definitely need to fuzz it. You can use a tacky towel. I've had this stencil for 3 or 4 years, so I'm not too worried about it. You could fuzz it on a pair of jeans, a t-shirt, a low-lift tea towel, that kind of thing, and you would be totally good to go. Okay, so this is the front of my book, and I want my bunny's nose to come almost all the way out to the fold. And then I want it to be straight. I'm not going to do the words or anything else here. Just doing Mr. Bunny. I could do Cottontail Farms, but that's going to cut off weird. Yes, textbooks, we did that. I feel like I did that in college too, because if you messed up your book, then you could get fined or something. I don't know. Anyways, okay, so we're using white chalk paste, but you can use different colors if you want. It's totally up to you. I'm just going super neutral to go in my house, but I have a fun idea to embellish it, so stay with me. And I'm just going to plunk some chalk paste on there. I'm using a squeegee, and I really just want Mr. Bunny, so I need to pay attention. This bunny's going to sort of wrap around to the spine and the back of the book. It's going to be super cute. Okay, so see, I barely used any. Put this all back in my little pot. And you'll be able to see how I did my placement in just a second. So let me pull up my stencil. Look at my little bunny. Okay, this is going in my tub of water over here. Until I can get out to the kitchen to wash it. Okay, you could do other decorating things on here. We'll let this, see how he's right at the edge, and this is kind of where the spine is going to be. This other one is absolutely incredible. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to show you. Anyway, so this would just go right on your book. It just slips right into these little pockets. You don't have to tape or glue anything. You certainly can if you want, but the beauty of this is you can take it off after Easter and do something for summer, 4th of July, whatever you would like. Okay, let me set this over here, and let me show you the one that I have been working on. I'm so excited. Okay, this is the stencil. Of course, there was not room for all of this. So I just did the bunny and this basket and the lower flowers. And I think it turned out adorable. This is it. This is the cutest stencil. It was new last year. If I remember right, it sold out like pretty shortly after it came out. I totally recommend it. It's not cartoonish or babyish or kiddish. It has these tulips and just a basket with some beautiful greenery, and then this super detailed bunny. So I feel like it's not a kid or child type design. Okay, so, and please help me remember that I want to show you these other books. I'll just get some of them out that I've done over the past few years. So that will help me remember. I have a big pile of them. Okay, so I'm just going to take my book. This one I measured a little better, so it's a little snugger. And I'm sticking the front hardcover in that front little pouch. And I'm sticking the back in the back little pouch. And this is what you get. And probably you figured this out. We're not done, but you can set these kind of books, these hardcover books, up on your mantle, on a bookshelf, on a table, a cabinet, and it will stand up. And if you put it at sort of an angle, you can see the whole bunny. Look at that detail. All right, and then I'm not finished. This isn't going to go in a pile. It's going to stand up. So what does our bunny need here? Well, if you ask me, our bunny needs a bow. So I made this little stacked bow. It has 3 different kinds of pinkish fabrics, or pinkish ribbons. I made it using my mini Bodabra. Let me know if you want info on this, and I will do a video tutorial on using that here very soon. I think this is about the right size, and I'm just going to glue it right here on our bunny. It will not, this isn't going to affect the book inside. It'll still be completely changeable. So you could do this idea for every season, every holiday of the whole year. And if you had 1 or 2 dedicated books that you did this with, you just change them out from season to season. But look how cute that is. Is that not just the most adorable thing? I have to get a good picture of it. You have to get a good picture of this, and I'll put it in the comments. But do it this or this. Stay with me. I'm not finished yet. If you like this project, feel free to sprinkle. I see, oh, my heart thing finally worked. Yay. It hasn't worked for a while. There we go. Okay, so it's just going to stand up like this on my bookshelf. And you can make these for your kids' or grandkids' rooms. You could do, oh gosh, all kinds of different things for every holiday. Okay, so let me show you some of the other book projects that I've made over the last 5 or 6 years using brown craft paper. And this is I think this was the first set that I made. And on this, I made the little book covers pretty much the same way, although I don't know that they had a fold over the top. And then I focused on the spine. So on this one, I stenciled part of the front and the spine. This one has the spine. This one has the spine plus all of the back. But really all you see is the spine. And I have this sitting on a tray from Goodwill that I remade in my favorite color, cream. And I changed what is sitting on top of it out. This was also a little doodad from Goodwill, because that's where I get all my home decor. It's just been collected slowly over the years. And this is just sitting on that tray on my coffee table in the family room. And I will swap out what's on top of it. Oh, and also I usually have this little set of beads, which I think this might have come from Hobby Lobby, I don't even remember, but it's just kind of sitting like that. Okay, I'm going to show you some other ideas. This is a pretty stack of books that you can use all or part of them. This one I made with this stencil that is coming back into regular circulation, and it's called Grow Happy Thoughts. And what I love is it just has these wildflowers, and then it has the words Grow Happy Thoughts. I just did the flowers. I used the same design on the back of my jean jacket, and I love it. I made pillows. I made a ton of things with this one. So when I'm sure it's available, I'll give you a link to that. This is another beautiful book cover that I did. Same deal, you know. And it has that verse from, what is this one from? Romans 12. Be not transformed to this world. Be not conformed to this world. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And then you will know God's good and perfect will. Something like that. Anyways, it's a beautiful butterfly design. And then I also made this one to go with this right here. For these, I used the pearly, the glittering white chalk paste. So you'll notice it's not quite as the Bing. But this is from a stencil that we have from the Book of Esther that says, perhaps you were created for such a time as this. It's beautiful. And then this is what I made to go underneath it. And notice it's a red book. It doesn't matter. But it's also that same glittering white chalk paste. So those go together. And then I made this one, which I think what I was doing with that, and I have one more, was I was doing this pile right here. Let me turn it around so you can see it the right way. And this is just an all over butterfly pattern with white chalk paste. Do you guys like that idea? Okay, one more idea. And then I will get pictures of our little bunny, and I'll finish the other one up too and get pictures of it as well. I might need to add something. I don't know. Because it's going to look basically like this. So maybe I'll find something to put up here. Anyways, this is a cute rabbit too. I'll finish that up and get pictures of that. Okay, this was an elevated riser that I made out of a book that is covered in brown craft paper. Same deal. Same old, same old, same old. And on this one, I used the Mandela lace stencil. And all of these designs are available at Magnolia DIY.com. So if you just type in Magnolia DIY .com, it'll take you to the website where these are all from. But anyways, I used a combination of blue and turquoise chalk paste. To do that, I tied some little jute with beads, and I glued these little legs onto it. And this could be a really cute little elevated book riser. So there's so much you can do. None of these books were harmed. I can take these all apart and just have regular hardcover books again, or recover them with something different. And this one that we used today, it just started with this random book. Hardcover book, $1.25 from Dollar Tree. If you're shopping for a book to do it with, do look for one that has a white cover, if possible, because that will blend the best, or tan, but that's hard to find, or even brown. I think red or black, those stick out a little bit more, but it wouldn't be the end of the world. Susie says she loves the book riser. She wants to make that. Yeah, so I'm loving this. I think this is just about the cutest thing that I've done in a long time. And I'm not super into bunnies for Easter, because it's not about bunnies. And it's not about Easter eggs either. It's about the resurrection of Jesus Christ, but it's just fun. So why not throw a few little bunnies in here or there? I'm going to just set this out on one of the tables in my family room when it gets closer to Easter, and I'll just set it out so it can stand up and speak for itself. Alrighty, do this or this. Feel free to sprinkle. Let me know if you want my complete supply list. I'll even be sure to get this information, what Scotch postal wrap I use, because it's heavyweight and this works really well. So let me know if you want my list of supplies, and come back later to look for pictures here in the comments, as well as just on DIY Dreaming. Bunnies are great for spring and summer too, Lisa says. I totally agree. And oh my gosh, for summer, well, there's all kinds of patriotic stuff that you can do, but then there's all kinds of beachy stuff and floral stuff, and you don't have to add a ribbon if you don't want to. I just thought that this little bunny needed a little pink bow. So, anyways, thanks for joining me. I hope that you have a blessed and wonderful rest of your day.